we spread a load of manure here on the hill. And then I guess we're trying to be efficient. We're gonna take 3 round bales down with the spreader. We got a dump trailer that can take 4. We got another wagon that can take 6. We don't have really a round bale hauler, but this works. We don't have to go all that far. And besides, then we only got 1 skid steer, so we end up where we actually have to come back down with the bobcat to take them all back out. So if we get 5-6 different wagons and trailers filled up, then we don't have to go back and forth with the skid steer so often. I think he's thinking that's got to be too much. Probably end up rolling off when I start going downhill, unless he sticks it in from the end. He's thinking. There you go, that'll work. I guess the big thing is it don't end up down in the woods someplace in case it would fall off. Okay, so he's gonna sit tight. I gotta come back with another trailer. I thought of it. It's kind of crazy, but this is a really steep hill here going down by our buildings, and I wonder if we would let one of those bales go, or several of them, if they would, in our luck, they'd probably crash right into the buildings or fall apart or run through a fence. But I know they'd get to the bottom. They're kind of like playing a game almost with brown bales. It'd be crazy. Probably shouldn't say too much about it around the kids. They'll probably want to try it. That's the one thing with round baling in these hills. You got to be strategic about where you place those bales. And it seems like everybody I talked to that's ever round baled said, yeah, at least one got away from them somewhere. Ran down and made a mess of something, or just down in the trees where you couldn't retrieve it. And then, of course, if they were custom baling, they weren't going to get paid to bail that one if they ended up losing it. Well, we're making progress with these bales. Now I got to take Ollie back up. This is going to be my 3rd load. I got 4 on that trailer. We got 3 on the manure spreader. And I think we're going to put 6 in this feeder wagon. They can go. I think they met up with the neighbor's cattle over there, the beef cows. This is good because we can keep an eye on them, make sure they stay where they're in their boundaries, I guess. First day is always a big question. To spear from the side. This guy bales them nice and tight. And it works best to haul them for us that way. Gotta kind of wiggle them forks into it. Try not to rip the net wrap. That's the way I stack them in the shed too, then, like 3 or 4 high. I've only been getting this round baling business for, I think this is the 4th time, like 4 years. And then we would chop some loose too with the flail chopper, fill up chopper boxes, empty them over by the shed there, and put the end loader on and kind of push them up on a neat pile. We even used to run them through our Kiwani elevator, which just gets to be a lot of dirt in it, a lot of wear. Doesn't seem to matter how we do it, it's going to cost. But that process was a lot slower. It was good because then you could grapple what you needed and take it to your barns. But now with that new barn, these bales seem to work out pretty good. There's a lot more room in there to get these things in there. And I would have to say the only downside to using these round bales is you got to get that net off. Seems like you gotta have to have a really sharp butcher knife always with you in the skid steer, and then retrieving that out of the bedding so it doesn't end up in your manure and wrapped up on your slinger spreaders and all that stuff. And he's gonna push them now, look at that. So you push him right up against, and he's got to wiggle them forks back out of there. Then he just hangs tight up here till I get back. Looks like we got 12 more up here. This one I'll have to take my time with. This wagon's kind of narrow so it doesn't end up losing them or tipping over. So we got everything down here from that field on the hill except for 2. He's coming with those with the bobcat. I think he's got to take his time. So we got 3 rigs loaded up, and then I got a bunch of them I had to dump on the ground here. I hope he's coming. He's probably got to take his time across that slope there on the other side of this hill here. I'll show you guys what we got in here. How we got this all stacked up in here. See if we can see all this. See that back in there? Got like 40 of them tucked back in there behind these square bales. And then everything we got out this front here, we're gonna line up in here. 2 rows, and I'll still have enough room for a couple gravity boxes over here on the side yet. And the baler guy just brought me the slip. He's got 71 bales that he baled, and the demo baler, I'm not sure what that one baled, something like 30 some. So there he goes. He's going backwards down the hill. Slow down a little bit before he loses them. Yeah, he's got to shut the wire there because then cows will come marching back. So he's thinking. That's good. These boys know that if you don't do stuff like that, you're going to be chasing cattle, and that's going to be, of course, more time than just getting out and shutting a wire. Anyhow, quite a baler. Personally, I think it's way too complicated, but that's what it is today. They got all these settings for cutting, and I don't know, there's several settings to how fine you want everything cut. But I think everybody that was involved in this yesterday was learning. I mean, so Aaron blew it off really good for him. Which, that's how we do things around here if we're just going to use it. So we'll see what happens in the future. Anyway, we're going to get these bales put away. I think we got like 10 or 12 there on the bottom there. We're going to see if we can get those on some trailers and put them away in the other shed here before this chore time comes in yet. But looking good. Tomorrow's supposed to be cloudy. I don't think any rain until the day after, so it'll give us a chance to get some stuff more put away and a little manure hauled. I'm getting a little dry anyway. Maybe a little rain wouldn't hurt.